So I don't know if I'm the only one who's been feeling this way, but I've been feeling over the past year, 2 years, extremely attached to my smartphone. If I have any moment where I am bored or, whatever bored is, but like quiet, if something is quiet around me, let's say, my kid is, playing with his toys or something, or, maybe watching something on TV or something like that, I will immediately get on my phone and start browsing and start scrolling. And I'm not even like a TikTok person, like usually. Like I post stuff on TikTok, right? Like I post content on TikTok, but I'm not like one of those guys or girls who goes on and just be swiping through the feeds and everything. Actually, the one thing that I've gotten more addicted to than anything was Twitter. I only started using Twitter in the last year, and I mean, if anything happens, like literally anything, like on a TV show or something in the world, maybe politics or something like that, I'm like, I have to see what everybody else is saying about this. And, it's just going down the rabbit hole at that point. It's just, see this incredibly horrible opinion that I have to comment on, or, oh, I have to retweet this because I agree with it, or whatever the case may be. It is so addictive. And TikTok can be the kind of the same way in a more positive way. The thing is that like the algorithms have gotten so good that everything you see is entertaining, whether it's entertaining in a bad way or a good way, whether it makes you happy, whether it makes you sad, whether it makes you angry, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that, you're engaged, and the algorithms have gotten so good at giving you more and more content that it knows that you like, that it's way too entertaining to put down. It's really bad. It's really bad. And it's not just like the top creators that know how to use this, to their advantage and know how to make the perfect piece of content to engage you and to bait you into commenting or engaging with the content. It's everybody. Everybody knows the tricks in the trade because they all have, YouTube gurus and TikTok gurus and Instagram gurus or whatever, and they all know all the tricks to just like manipulate you into watching their content. And everybody all has the same goal, is to get more followers, to get more views, so that they can, probably sell something, even if it's just, their brand to you. And it's just like, it's really gotten dystopian. It's really bad. Like, and I want to take a step away from it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, well, this is my job, this is what I do. And I can't just like delete Instagram. I can't just delete TikTok, because I have to, not even just, for my own stuff. I have a side job that I do for a doctor here in town, and I have to have that stuff for him as well. So it's just, it's tough. It's tough. And I'm struggling on how to really, approach it. And so I started really taking a step back and finding out, like, we're trying to figure out what is the real problem. And I've watched a lot of videos on people who've gotten rid of their smartphones or gotten rid of social media. And I think one thing that is a consistent factor in all of this is it's the algorithm. It's that endless feed that I was talking about. It's, back in my day, and I'm going to sound like a boomer when I talk about this, but when I was, first on the internet and when social media first became a thing, you would look at your feed and there would be an end to it. At the end, you would see everybody, all your friends and everything that they're doing. You would know most of the people that you're following. And at the end, you would, have an end. There was an end to that feed, that you got updated on what everybody else is doing today. And maybe, something might happen later on in the day, and, you have a few dozen more posts that you can look at. But overall, there's an end to it, right? Also, 75% of it was pretty much like kind of boring. and uninteresting. Maybe you're not going to engage with it or whatever. But when we started to flip that switch and now everything has to be engaging because everybody's trying to get more followers and more friends and whatever, it actually went from friends to followers, right? Like, people don't even care about having friends on social media anymore, even though we use social media to communicate with friends, to say, hey, I'm over here, let's meet up here, or, you know, how are you doing? You know, what's going on in your life? I mean, we all are kind of like in this group chat that we're all living in, but it's like, it's kind of like we've brought the real world into the internet. And like, you know, you go onto the real world and what do you see everywhere? You see stores and you see advertisements and you see, you know, this person wants your money and this person wants your money, this thing wants your attention and this thing wants your attention. And the internet has become that because capitalism and, you know, companies or whatever, like, they all have one goal in mind, and that is to, you know, bleed you dry, right? And so I think that a big part of what's the problem with me and what's the problem that most people are having is the algorithm. It's these algorithmic feeds, like the For You feeds and the you know, these endless feeds. Like, if you go through the For You side of everything, you're gonna find, and you're never gonna find an end to it. It's always gonna feed you something new, and so it's very easy to lose, honestly, parts of your memory going through some of this stuff. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of social media dementia, but it's a real thing. Like, just scroll for 30 minutes and watch videos or whatever, and then you try to tell me 5 things that you saw. It's gonna be hard to figure out like what that was. And so I don't know, what I wanted to basically bring to you guys, to your attention, is just what I've been feeling, how I've been feeling about the algorithms and stuff like that. And my goal is to basically kind of just cut down on the algorithmic feeds as much as possible. I've even thought about starting new accounts and stuff like that. I wish there was a way on social media to just turn off that feature, to turn off the algorithm almost, you know, like, I just want to know what's going on with my friends. That's it, you know, and just, that's it. You know, I would love for it to work like that. But like, if you give me the option, you give anybody the option for that For You page or whatever, when we're done with whatever's going on with our friends, we go to that, you know. I don't know if anybody, let me know down in the comments if anybody uses social media in that way where they only use the following tab. I personally do not. So I don't know, that's just what I wanted to bring to you guys. I hope you guys found value out of this, and I hope you guys let me know down in the comments what you guys think and if you guys have been experiencing the same thing, because I'm gonna try to make some changes and I'll let you guys know if anything works or whatever. But like, that's kind of like where I'm at right now and kind of like where my mind is at on this stuff. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and until next time, peace.